Hey there, gamers, and thanks for stopping by War Dragons Gameplay. Bringing you just a brief episode today for a few minutes talking about the weekend event that will be starting tomorrow, and this is going to be the Team Gauntlet event. And it's part of the weekly events that War Dragons does, which I think is probably the best part of the game. These are so much fun. There's big prizes that you could get. Really kind of gets the spirit of the team going. So basically for this event, it's similar to some of the Black Bloods events. And for those of you that are new to War Dragons and haven't played it, it's kind of where you progress through more difficult bases. Just similar to what you may have in like the multiplayer maps in Clash of Clans, or you may have with Dr. Terror and Boom Beach as just a couple examples out there. Has some similar concepts to that, with obviously adding the complexity of the team rating and some different components to it as well. So if you log into your War Dragons game, you'll actually see rising out of the depths near your home base here, you'll see this, what is called the armory, pops up. And basically there is a good amount of information that is contained in here. So I'll try to go through a few of this so you're kind of ready for when this event kicks off in about 16 hours from now. So basically you click on it here and there's a couple different components similar to most of the events where it'll talk about it. So the first piece we'll look at the battle. And this is basically the multiplayer map that I was talking about. So you'll progress through the different realms starting from easiest to hardest, and the further you advance through the map, the more points that you will gain. And the more points that you will gain will rank up how high you do as a team as well as individually for personal achievements that you have and team rankings for team rewards. So key component is when you attack any of these bases, it's going to utilize energy to attack. So being able to build up your energy will happen either by way of time regeneration, or it will also happen if you're able to gain any energy packs. And those are showing up in the game at this point if you're doing regular raids or just checking into your armory and unlocking the chests. And I'll do that here in a minute so you can see what that looks like. But energy is a key component to that. Another key component is the inner fire, which is going to allow you to get a 100% damage bonus. So you're going to get 100% points on top of what you raid. So that's a way that, again, you can move up the leaderboard for both individual achievements as well as team play. So we'll go ahead and quickly look through the prizes on it. So you'll have the personal achievements, and that's going to go anywhere from starting at 200 points all the way up to a max of 1 million. So I would say compared to some of the previous events, the rewards aren't quite as good, but nonetheless, there's still some good rewards to get in here overall. I did calculate it all up, and I think it comes up to almost 9,000 gems if you were to clear the million, as well as about 4,500 egg tokens, and then a mix of the runes as well as meat. Whether a million is attainable or not, really don't know. A lot of times this changes from one event to the next as to how you're going to have to play a lot always if you're going to max it out. And sometimes the max is just not possible unless you're an extremely high level player or spending gems or anything else. So don't know just yet. So we'll kind of see as that progresses on, but hopefully we can attain a good portion of it. And we'll certainly push through that and do a recap of how that was able to shake out. So next thing is, let's go ahead and look at the team rank. So we're in Gold League at this current moment. So our guild is relatively new. We've only got, I think, about 25 members. So a little tough in Gold League, even as most of the members have more players than us. But that's changing quickly. I mean, we've only been in here 3 weeks. So I think we'll move through this pretty quickly and get to fill the guild. And it'll be a lot of fun from there. So if you look at you'll have the rankings in there, and the top ranking is getting you another additional 500 egg tokens, some loot, and as well as a rune. And then let's take a look at what else you get with it. You get some of the dragon attack, hit points, a couple heal potions, and some timers and everything else. So still, it's great to have all these rewards. Even if you're in last place in Gold League here, you're still getting a good amount of egg tokens and lumber and all these other components to it. So always great to have that, and these events, like I said, are a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and walk through the armory here. And so basically, there's 3 different categories of what you have of types of chests that you get. Now, the chests will actually show up in regular play. The bronze chests are pretty regular that you get these. So I've been getting, at least one of these every couple bases that I've been hitting. And sometimes I've had 2 or 3 in a single base. So if you go ahead and open it, you've got a chance of a rare drop, but most of them are going to be common drops. But we'll go ahead and open. I've got 3 of them here. First one is just a 30% tower attack, so that's a common. The next one I open is a lightning resist single, that's common. And the third one that I open here is a Dragon HP common as well. I have gotten a few rare ones, such as 8 heal potions, or some of the ones that are great, it would be the actual energy or that you get in the inner fire that I talked about. So I did get a couple of those, so that'll be very helpful to that as well. So the second one is going to be the runes, and so these are going to be, if you've kind of looked up on some of the runes, is these you attach to either a specific dragon or a specific tower in your base for defense. So you can either do an offense or a defense, depending on what runes you get, and they can be valuable into boosting that. So I've been getting a fair amount of those. I would say less common, maybe 1 in every 8 to 10 bases I hit, I get one of those rune chests. But it's great to get that and start to build up on the runes. The last one is the gold, which is a guaranteed epic drop. Now, those are pretty rare to find. I've probably rated, 30, 40 times in the last day, and I've only had one of those come up. And I might even rated 60, 70 times, but I've only seen one come up. Now, when I did have it, it actually gave me about 90 dragon hit points, so it was a pretty substantial. And so if you did have any gems that you've won for previous events, that actually could be a pretty good reward to spend it on. But if not, it's nonetheless, hopefully you're able to find a couple of those prior to the event and be able to get some good drops for you that'll help you within this event. So that's pretty much going to cover it. So I think, again, you'll see that you can look through the rules on it as to how this works from an overview. But basically, it's going to be progressing through these bases, starting easy to hard. I would suggest doing a good amount of team rating if you can coordinate that with team members, especially when you start to progress through some of these bases. They're going to get more and more difficult. So the more powerful players that you can have working together, the more that you're all going to be able to progress. So that's certainly what our plan is, and it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. We'll certainly check back in and give you an update as to how this event shakes out for us next week. But make sure that until next time, you like, comment, subscribe, and game on.